Our next guest is Nancy Jobe, who's a program administrator for the Stark County Children's Services, and this is from the Stark County Department of Job and Family Services. And you're here to talk about why November is important to Stark County Children's Services. We've just gotten through November, so why is this so important?
November is National Adoption Month, and all across the nation, all across Ohio, all kinds of adoption agencies and public children's service agencies have been celebrating adoption, all kinds of adoptions. And for us, it's adoption of the children that we have in the permanent custody of our agency that are looking for adoptive families. We are looking for adoptive families for them. And we had all kinds of events that we had throughout the month to celebrate Adoption Month and bring awareness to the children that are available. And so that's why it's so important.
Well, that's a good reason. Now, how many children still need an adoptive family?
Well, we have approximately 170 children in the permanent custody of the agency, and what that means, they are children that their parents no longer have any parental rights. And so we are looking for adoptive homes for them. And about half of those children are not in an identified adoptive home. That means we need to recruit good families that are willing to step up and build their family through adoption. And some of those children are older children that are teenagers, sibling groups. Some of them are younger children. Some of them have special needs. That could be educational, developmental, those types of things. But they're all in need of a home and a good family.
Okay, so how do children end up in the custody of Stark County Children's Services?
That's a good question, and it is a lengthy process. Generally speaking, when there are concerns from the community called in regarding a family, our agency is required to go out and look into those concerns and hopefully try to work with the family to stabilize them and make sure that children are able to be safely staying in the home. Sometimes that's not always possible and children have to be removed. When we do that, we always look to family first or kinship placements to try to place the child in the home-like setting, most like their biological family. If that's not possible, then we look to our foster and adoptive families that we have recruited through our agency to place children in, and hopefully we can place them in a home that someday, if they aren't able to return to their biological family, could be their permanent family.
That would be great. So if someone is interested in fostering or adopting a child, what do they do? What's the first step?
Well, the first step is there's a couple options. They can pick up that phone and give us a call, and we're in the phone book, or they can go to starkadoptfoster.com and look up our agency and look at some of the children that are available for adoption currently. That would be the very first step. And then there's a process that goes into that, being an approved or licensed foster family. And there aren't a whole lot of requirements initially, but it is a fairly lengthy process. And I think folks would need to understand that we're looking at placing very vulnerable children in family homes. And you want to make sure that homes are safe and are going to be able to meet the needs of our kids. So we look for those kinds of things in our families.
And if these are adoptive homes, these are meant to be permanent. It's not like fostering. It's not like, well, we hope this works out or we'll move them. These are people that are looking for a permanent lifetime arrangement.
Right, and a lot of our families are coming to the agency because they are choosing adoption. They may already have biological children in their family, or they're a blended family, and they want to have a child together, and they choose adoption to build their family, which we're seeing more and more of that, and it's so refreshing.
That's fantastic. Okay, so are there classes that they take to help them prepare them? So what sort of support is there?
Well, you know, as I said, there is a process that is involved in the licensing and approving of adoptive and foster homes. There's 36 hours of required training that all families have to go through before they become approved and licensed. There's a home study process that, you know, involves interviewing and going out to your home and making sure you have fire inspection and enough beds and all of that kind of thing. So all of those things are involved in that as well.
Okay, so there is quite a bit to go through, but then you probably have a lot of success then, because you've really screened and you've really prepared people for what they're getting into.
Absolutely. We really try to prepare people for the types of children they're going to have in their home. Some folks are new parents. This will be the first child they've ever parented. Other folks have parented children before, but our kids sometimes have unique and special needs just by nature of some of the things that they've been through in their very young lives. So it does take a special kind of person, but you know, parents aren't perfect, and we're not perfect, and we're not expecting perfection. But we are expecting people that want to help our kids and be willing to step up to the challenge.
Okay, if someone is interested, they should call Stark County Children's Services, and what would be the phone number?
330-451-8789.
Okay, and the website is starkadoptfoster.com.
That's correct.
Okay, thanks so much for coming.
Thanks
CP.
for having me.
Hi, I'm Susie Vitale. I've been hosting the show What's Happening in Stark County for close to 20 years. What's Happening is brought to you by the Community Television Consortium of Stark County. If your nonprofit organization would like to appear on our show, or if you want to become involved with producing local television in the Stark County area, please check out our website at www.ctctv.org. You can get all the information you need to get involved with the CTC. Thanks for watching.